So, The Flash. I leave The Flash for a few minutes, and this is what happens. Now, of course, it's been way longer than a few minutes, but that's because I had to recharge myself from the lightning lightsabers. God, that's going to be in my head for the longest time. Like, seriously, showrunners, I'm never going to unsee that. Why did you put that in the show? But we are back this season with more Flash, with more hijinks, with more Reverse Flash, kinda. You'd think 8 seasons in, they would finally figure out how to make Barry running look cool, honestly. Like, I know it's blasphemous for the DC universe to take notes from the MCU, but if we've seen from just a short time we've had with, Pietro Maximoff's Quicksilver, dude, you had the template, it's right there. And of course, Grant Gustin still refuses to pack on any real muscle mass whatsoever. Like, honestly, if I could see how small you look with that damn suit on, it's ridiculous. I don't understand why these type of CW actors don't look at the assignment. Like, you know what you're supposed to look like, at least to some extent. Tom Welling, he actually worked out to stay in good shape to play Clark Kent and Superman. And you can actually show because the show actually takes time to appreciate his efforts. Same with even Tyler Hoechlin. But Grant Gustin, I don't know if it's out of pure laziness or just I don't care anymore type of energy, but honestly, I'm getting tired of these characters just looking unimpressive as superheroes. And I feel like, yeah, I become numb to it with the Flash, but ever since the Batman, it's just becoming so much more apparent. Characters just don't look as good as they used to, and I really do think it's because of the actors. I think they don't exactly care much on what these characters mean to the fans. If they did, they would actually at least look like these characters. With Grant, it makes no sense because they won't even put this man in a blonde wig. I don't get it. With all the shitty wigs they put on, you can't just dye this motherfucker's hair goddamn yellow. Fact that fan art looks better than the original show made by people with the money to make this look good. It is honestly annoying to me. Seriously, again, 8 seasons in and the freaking CGI still looks god awful, and I'm kind of sick of it looking this way. Hey, there's a lot of plot with this episode. I guess you could call it that. I don't know, man. This plot is so weird. They threw in the really rushed arc in the comics with one of the speedsters that were kind of sort of Barry's love interest, which now it makes no sense because it's not even Barry she's infatuated with. Now it's a time displaced Eobard Thawne who has been properly emasculated per 2020 logic. Now, the current trend in 2022 is emasculating men and making them sobbing wet soy boys in shallow forms of themselves. Of course, the climax of this episode gets solved with a freaking conversation about our feelings. Seriously, is Barry a CSI or is he a goddamn therapist? Because the way and the frequency of him constantly talking his enemies down is honestly annoying. Yes, we know it's a trope at this point with the Flash, but I'm just tired of it. And I do understand that this is a standard CW mold, but at the same time, Smallville didn't even do it to this extent, and that was pure cheese at its finest. Like, somehow the Speed Force saw the redemption in Eobard Thawne, and from the Legends of Tomorrow, they brought him back to life and stuck him in the timeline with Barry. Again, I'm so confused on how this works. It's been so long since I watched the show. I'm literally not even watching it to enjoy it anymore. It's honestly a joke of its former self. I can't enjoy the show anymore. I remember back in season 1 and season 2, I was literally hyped for every episode of The Flash. Like, the writing was impeccable. It was incredible. Even if season 2 was more of a rehash of season 1, just with a different coat of paint, I still enjoyed it for the most part. And hell, season 3 had good ideas at the time. I love how they loosely adapted the Blue Flash story arc, even though they could have just adapted it straight up. I don't get these loose adaptations if you know how to just make it look good. But that's a conversation for another day. Mind giving Eobard Thawne a love interest. I honestly don't mind you taking Eobard Thawne the reverse Flash route, I guess you could call it. But the way you do it to where you still show respect for the fans who actually like this version of the character, especially the original Eobard Thawne version of the reverse Flash, you know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I actually genuinely enjoyed the original face of the reverse Flash. For some reason, he looked like Eobard Thawne the most. Like, I know everyone loves Tom Cavanaugh, but this is honestly just one of my own preferences for the show. I don't know if anyone else feels this way. From the hair and jawline and just overall demeanor, he just looks like and acts like Eobard Thawne to me, even more than Tom Cavanaugh. I know that's freaking blasphemous to say, but I genuinely don't care. And the fact that this is the result, and here's the thing, the undertones of this episode and what it entails really kind of pissed me off, because again, you have a man sacrificing his dreams for a woman. Like, bro, if you don't get out of here with this bullshit, like, if you were to take this life lesson in real life, you would go nowhere in life. This man gave up his hopes, his desires, the thing that actually drove him, the only thing he had left aside from literally nothing. Thawne was an amnesiac throughout this entire episode, and next to the show, even longer. The thing keeping him going was becoming a speedster again. When he meets a woman who he has never met, he is instantly drawn to, and now he wants to give up his hopes and desires for her. Are you freaking kidding me? Now, granted, you could logically find a way around this, saying, oh, Eobard Thawne's a pretty old guy, he's been a long time, he just wants to settle down. And you know what, that's fair. But again, this is Eobard Thawne. It's going to take more than a year and some change to honestly connect with this person. He had an unconscious desire to become a speedster again. By the will of the Force, it was forcing him to become what he was always meant to be. Only a degular woman with a heart condition changed his mind and changed his entire outlook on life. Again, it was an unconscious urge to become a speedster. It was literally his destiny. No matter what, the Speed Force will it so. There must be a Reverse Flash. And I would rather it be this Reverse Flash than bringing in another version of Tom Cavanagh. Like, I'm just kind of over this freaking trope already. Like, honestly, really a Reverse Flash super fan and super stan. Like, I'm a shill for anything Reverse Flash, so you can imagine my irritation watching this episode. Like, seriously, the promos made it seem like, oh my god, we're gonna get the original Reverse Flash back. Oh, finally, comic book fans can finally nut again. Pause. But no, we didn't get any of that. Instead, we get the same old song and dance, redemption arc, therapy session, and over in a matter of, 40 minutes. So yeah, this episode was honestly kind of corny to me. It was kind of an insult to Reverse Flash fans, especially us OG Reverse Flash fans. If you know, you know. Again, Tom Cavanagh, I'm pretty sure he's kind of just done at this point. He's only doing this for a paycheck. But I don't know what I expected out of this episode. I expected more from the writers. I don't know why I expected more. Again, these people gave me the Godspeed lightsaber scene. I will never forgive this show for that. So yeah, man, if at the end of the day, let me know what you thought about this episode. It was whatever to me. Maybe you enjoyed it more than I did. And let me know if you like the budget. Maybe you feel like they're wasting their money and time and actors and resources on this show at this point. Maybe you feel like this is still the greatest thing on CW. Maybe not. I mean, we don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.